Started my journey on YouTube basically with this car, changed my entire life, not specifically this, but BMW in general. My life wasn't always like this, to where I had a beautiful car, a beautiful channel where a lot of great people are watching my videos. But just to take it back in middle school and high school, I was always the type of person, I still am that type of person, that whatever I do in life, it has to revolve around making a career out of it. I don't like wasting time. I always like to improve. I always like to do things that will make me better in the future, whether that's learning how to use new applications, whether that's playing games. It's as ridiculous as that. Playing games, for most people, didn't understand that you can actually make money playing games, whether that's on YouTube or joining teams. Now, for me, I ended up joining a few teams, some actually big teams. I pushed myself really hard to join those big teams, and I was actually in a good space. I was actually in a good spot. I was in some team with 200,000 subscribers. If you guys don't know about Psycho Gaming, Psycho team, they're a trick shotting team. I don't know if maybe you guys don't know, but for those of you who know, it's a good thing to add in. I was a trick shotter until basically my grades, I've noticed, were really falling. The money that I was making off of trick shotting wasn't nearly enough as going to school and getting an education. It's kind of one of those things in life you got to balance out. Is what you're doing going to make you more money in the future than pursuing school? Because school is really important. For me personally, I don't find school as that important, but it is still important in my life, and I'm gonna try to pursue it as far as I can. But that's the dream. Who doesn't want to become rich and not have to go to school? So all those aside, me basically trick shotting, doing bad at school, it's basically just playing video games. I was one of those kids that would sit home, play video games, trying to make a career out of it, and trying to get money in order to, just have a good life. But that soon hit me hard, and I, came to realize that, trick shotting is not gonna get me anywhere. So I ended up quitting that. I ended up quitting YouTube for several months, actually. I think like over a year maybe. I got back on track in high school. It was actually the sophomore and senior, pretty much the last 2 years of high school, so junior, senior year. Got back in track, got accepted to a university. I wanted to set a goal for myself. I wasn't at that age to where you want to gain money to financially support a family. I was at that time in my life where I saw this car, this BMW, and it was just, BMW was just, for some reason, the most precious thing in my life at that time. I told my parents, if I get a BMW, do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? They're just looking at me as a kid that was playing video games his entire life, didn't care anything about school. They said, if you get a BMW, you can do whatever you want, but you have to get it yourself. And I was like, you know what? If you guys will actually let me get it, because I'm in their household, I have to ask for their permission. I said, if you guys will let me get the car, I will turn my life around. And from my parents, my mom somewhat believed in me. Dads, they don't believe in you until they actually see you succeed. So for me, I joined a car club in high school junior year. I had a few really good friends like Richard, Tanner, and Ethan. Really helped me out, really got me into cars. I really got into cars, actually. I actually shifted from video game being a complete nerd into pretty much a car nerd. And I started learning everything about cars, mostly BMWs. And how they're just the ultimate driving machine. I ended up driving one. I actually loved this car before I even had my license. I'm pretty sure I almost got this car before I even had my license. Alright guys, so if you guys know, you need money in order to get a car. I mean, there's no other way. My parents aren't gonna buy it for me. I don't have those kind of parents where they just buy me anything I want. I wish I did, but that wasn't the case. Actually, they actually pushed me. They actually made me grind for what I wanted, and that's this car. So I ended up getting accepted to a new university. I want to graduate within 4 years. I just want to get my degree and be able to afford this car. Now, as you guys can see, I actually have this car. I got this car in the first year of college, first summer, and I realized in college, 4 years is a long time to wait for, this car. I really wanted it. So I went ahead and started applying to all kinds of different jobs, got accepted to a few in the end of the summer of senior year. Went ahead and worked at a grocery store for about a year and a half now. And while I was at a grocery store, the first 6 months, I was happy, I was content. I was like, I'm almost there. I'm gonna be able to put a down payment on this car and finally get this car. But then I figured out it's very unpractical. I didn't enjoy spending 9 hours of my day at a grocery store, just for the money they were, if they're not giving you enough money for your time, most people end up opting out because some people value their time more than others. So that being said, I went back to YouTube. I went ahead and threw up like 2 videos. These videos were the Placidip video and pretty much the shocks for the rear trunk. I threw out those 2 videos, and after that, I lost all motivation again. I had like 100 views apiece. went back to Rayleigh's, did another 3 months. But within those 3 months, like 9 months into the job, I saw some comments, I saw some likes. The Placidiv video actually got 1,000 views, and I was like, wow, okay, 1,000 people just saw my video. This was a how-to video. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually like, you know, I was freaking out. I was like, I'm gonna become famous and all that stuff, but obviously that's not the case. But you know, that's what pushed me. Small things, you know, the 1,000 views to most people don't really mean much, but for me it meant the world. It meant a new opportunity, so I ended up taking it. I went ahead and pumped out a lot more videos, and you know, on the way I quit, I came back, quit, came back. But thankfully, you guys were always here for me. So that being said, let me backtrack a little bit. I got enough money from my grocery store to afford a down payment on this car. Now, thankfully, my parents being the nice people that they are, they allowed me to pretty much finance it under their name. So I don't have to have that 22% annually interest, which is absolutely ridiculous. I had 3%, you know, which is great, which is amazing. It allowed me to pay for this car. Interest is not really a good thing to do. But I mean, at the time, I felt like I can actually make something out of this car. I can actually make a career out of my car. Now, having that mindset and where I am today shows that things can come true. And you know, from gaming to making money, it was possible. I was making money. It was literally nothing. I barely made anything. Actually, I think it was only $5 in the 5 years that I was trick shotting, but it was money and it kept me grinding. Now with this car, when I got it, I pumped out a few more videos, and if for you guys who don't know my channel, most of you guys who are on this channel know me because of this one video, which was the hidden features part 1. This video went up viral within like 2 months. It got like 600,000 views, and today it currently stands at 1.7 million. I really appreciate it. That is amazing. Most people who even have 100K on YouTube don't even have a video with 1 million views. So having one that's really close to 2 million views is just ridiculous. So that's what I did, guys. So I ended up going on the grind, basically quit gaming, focused on school, got a job, got this car, you know, financing it, and then making something out of this car. Now, you can literally make a job out of anything. People always tell me, you know, like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. What do you like to do in life? You know, when you find what you want to do in life, you can literally make it your career. It doesn't matter what it is. I've tried making gaming a career. It didn't work out for me, but it had worked out for millions of people on YouTube, making so much money. People, gamers, actually, in some cases, some gaming teams consider themselves a sport team. So it's actually ridiculous. And then I turn a car into something I want to do, and you know, I'm not making the most money as of now, but I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm content with it. There's always room to grow. I love this car. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and that's all thanks to you guys. This journey wasn't easy. At one point, you know, I was doing YouTube, school, and you know.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi. Các bạn hãy bấm like, comment và hãy bấm nút đăng ký để ủng hộ cho kênh mình nha.